your crystal guide. And I am coming live to you for the very first time on TikTok, which I only joined in October. But just last week, I had a video that went crazy viral all about citrine, real and fake citrine. And so many people have signed up to follow me there that all my other videos about topics like moldavite and coming up smoky quartz, labradorite, I'm doing one on bismuth. There are so many videos, and I can't say enough good things about how TikTok works. I've got Subaland, I've got Sarah, we've got people live. Kobe, say hello if you're able to. This is so exciting. I cannot believe what an amazing effort it's been to put this event on. I'm wearing my glasses. Pardon the funny sort of war paint shadows over my face here. But in order to be on my phone camera to TikTok and also to Facebook and YouTube, I have had to go through some hoops. I got a special stand, and I got to give a shout out to Kobe. There he is. He's saying he's working with me, and he is. Kobe Russell is my son, and he is a great guy. He's the one who turned me on to TikTok, and he's now supporting me by forwarding any questions that people may have coming from TikTok. Since I can't see that screen, I can only see the questions that are coming through Facebook, and actually YouTube is giving me some questions too. So Teresa is looking for a nice piece of dark jade, asks if I ship to Guam. Of course, I ship all over the place. I just sent something to China, and I've also got something that went to Malaysia recently. So no place is too far away. Now, let me just tell you what the topic of today's talk show is, because I'm super, super excited. And I am thrilled that not only have my eBay store and Etsy store come back to life, but I'm about to launch a Facebook marketplace store this week, because my tech team has been overhauled and I've got some great people I'm working with. And even though there's always technical issues, and you know how Facebook can be, it's hard to get things. Oh, Christine, so nice to hear from you. That's so cool. This is great. I love that all of you are on. I also scrambled to get a newsletter out to people to let them know this was happening and give them 20 minutes notice so that they could get a look. But the excitement is that everything on this Facebook Marketplace page is going to be $60 and under. Actually, I'm going to try to improve my audio. In all the excitement, I didn't put my fancy headset on, and I'm going to ask you, you know what? I'm not going to do that because my phone and TikTok won't be able to hear me. So this is what you get for audio. Now, I'm going to show you a bunch of the items that I have for sale. And I've got this very sweet lavender amethyst cluster. And lavender amethyst for me is symbolic of spiritual cleansing. It's not as intense as the dark purple amethyst. And this is a winner. I'm not going to be telling you the price of everything. It's mostly just an opportunity to get a look at everything. And if you see something that you like, say so in the comments, and I'll be able to get back to you. If I don't, for any reason, you know you can reach me, Kyle@crystalconcentrics.com. I've got my website listed right here. It's super easy to remember how to reach me. So the other two things I wanted to show you are these exquisite little angels. So this one over here is red tiger eye, and you see it's got some great sheeniness to it. And this one is harder to see. Boy, I don't know what I have to do in order for you to be able to get the detail on this. It is a gorgeous milky white onyx angel, and it was carved in Peru, and it's not like any of the other angels that I've carried in the past. So these two angels are going to be up on the shop. And yes, audio is good. Thank you. I'm going to alternate. This is going to be extra fun because I'm going to alternate between specimens and pieces of jewelry. And since I specialize in pendants, I want to show you this crazy mermaid pendant. There, if I bring it close to the screen, you can actually see it, I hope. Yeah, there you go. It is a carved bone mermaid with nice sterling silver work. Pretty big piece that is going to be going up on this store this week, amazingly. So the next piece I'm going to show you is this sweet little malachite. It's very nice because it's got this sort of bright green patterning on one side, and then on the other side it's got the deep green layering. So this is a very sweet palm piece of malachite, which I consider a heartstone having to do with our feelings. Next, I'm going with the biggest pendants first. So this is pink scolecite. And once again, our colors, anything that's light gets decimated by digital cameras. When their light is bright, they just bleach out. So that one's not going to be so useful, but I will show you the back of it. It's great metal work that they've done on this piece and a cool hinging bail at the top. And the question was, do we make pendants? Yes, we do. In fact, I'm sporting one right now, which was wrapped by my favorite wire wrapper. This is a Richterite, which is something that you find with Sugilite. It's very rare and wonderful. But the way that we do wire wrapping for you is you mail us your stones, and then we get them wrapped. And one thing that I've done, which I'm so proud of, is I've seen other wire wraps out there that are not as good as my guys. And so I bought those pendants and I sent them to him to get the old wire wrapping taken off, and so that we can put new wire wrap on it attractively, much more attractively. So next piece, how about this groovy pearlescent? I'm showing you all these light pieces. I'm sorry. This has got nice rainbowing on it. And you know what? I'm seeing some blinking, some sort of, in fact, Kobe, let me know if you're seeing some shadow play on the TikTok. Is that true or not? Let me know. But this is a gorgeous pearlescent ammonite shell, and I actually have had several of those made into pendants recently, and they're gorgeous too. And then over here, we have a very sweet fluorite, purple rainbow fluorite pendant. Very gorgeous, nice metal work all the way around. And if you like fluorite and you like this sort of heart-like patterning around the side, it's kind of a nice choice. So that's kind of cool. Then over here, I have a soapstone elephant. Gorgeous, cute little elephant that was carved in Zimbabwe. And the woman that I buy these from, she purchases them and puts them in a crate, and it takes like literally 6 months to get from there to here. So it's a very, very long time to wait for for any of her stuff to arrive. But once it arrives, it's gorgeous. You can see it's nice carving on the back too. This elephant is a super cute little fella. Sue loves the fluorite. I'm glad about that. You might also like, and let's see how the cameras treat this. So Kobe, next question about the blinking. Is it gone? I think it was only because I put something light up to the camera. If I pull it away, it's not so blinky. So I'm going to show you this. This is a dendritic agate, but I think it's actually maybe in sandstone instead of agate or jasper. And yes, Kobe is wonderful. And this is a great big pendant with gorgeous little dendrites, which looks like ferns growing in it. So those are some of the big pendants that I'm showing you. Now I'm going to show you something else, a nice little specimen that actually is crying out to be made into a pendant. And this here is a boulder opal. So this is what happens in Australia. You can get two types of opals. You can get the super fancy, ultra expensive ones that they make into jewelry often, or you can get less expensive veins of opal that are running through boulder. So this is the boulder that houses these little veins of opal. And this one's gorgeous because it's got lots of blue. And I might end up, if no one buys it, I might take it off the market and get it wrapped because it's going to make a spectacular pendant. Boulder opal is good. Now, check out this. This is a woman goddess angel. You see how she's sitting there and she's got angel wings right there. And it's really a sweet piece. It's drilled at the top, again, to be made into a pendant. And I just thought it was such a sweet piece that somebody here would love to have it. Now, obviously, you're under no obligation to lay dibs or try to make a purchase now, but you do have my contact information, Kyle@crystalconcentrics.com, and I would love to hear from you. Sarah's suggesting she would do a bead embroidery around it. You know what, Sarah? Contact me because I might be happy to contract you to do that for me and to learn in general about how that type of embroidery gets done, because I usually do metal wire wrapping, but I find that if we could do fabric, it might be softer. And in fact, I'm getting one of my biggest moldavites. I'm getting a macrame sort of net to put it into. And so I'm going to be able to wear it and put the stone in it and not have it permanently set in a wire wrap, which is kind of cool. So I'll look forward to hearing from you, Sarah. Over here, we have an outrageous tiger eye worry stone. It's sort of indented here. And you know what? I'm going to try to avoid the overhead by quickly leaving my desk and turning off the overhead light. And then I'm going to wonder, everything gets darker. But notice you don't get the weird, oh, yes, you do. That must be from the ring light. So I'm going back to the overhead light. Sorry, folks, for the interruption. Here we are again. And these also would lend themselves really nicely to being wrapped either in metal or in fabric. So that's a kind of a cool thing. And staying on the tiger eye theme, I have this gorgeous, gorgeous pendant. I got to keep it close to my face for it to show up on TikTok. This is a gorgeous pendant, nice big pendant. I'm going to be showing you smaller pendants as we go along. So we're starting with the bigger ones, then we're getting smaller. And then over here in the specimens, our next thing I wanted to show you is this outrageously cute little collection of geode halves. So this was one geode. And it comes from a place in the world where the smallest geodes exist. And it is an area called Tabasco, like the sauce, in Mexico. And I happen to get two of these a little bit bigger than usual ones. And we have a question. Why is my citrine kind of white? That's a fake citrine. Well, yes, probably it is. Although I wouldn't want to be held to it, because unless you send me a photo to Kyle@crystalconcentrics, I cannot know for sure. Most citrine that I sell is clear all the way through, and it's yellow. It's not an ochre kind of orange, which is the heat-treated amethyst. And I did a series of like 5 videos on TikTok all about what makes fake citrine and what makes real citrine, and a cluster of fake citrine versus a cluster of real citrine. It was very educational, and I do recommend that if you're not on TikTok, you consider joining it because it's a lot of fun. Now, so this is very, very cute. You've got a little red line and you've got the clear, glittery, druzy quartz in the middle. Those in smaller size, I have been known to have made into earrings. So that's a kind of a cool thing. This here is a gorgeous kind of picture jasper, which is quite attractive. It looks like a landscape, maybe a beautiful tree, maybe a lake, the sunset in the background, nice ground. It's just a really cool piece. and that is a picture jasper. Again, all of this is this is exactly what I'm posting on Facebook, but this is also what is going to be on my main site, crystalconcentrics.com. The shop, the homepage has already been overhauled. So if you visit it, you're going to see something different than you saw even a week ago. And right now, all of my product is getting uploaded so that this week also we should be launching the new store for crystalconcentrics.com. So that is extra exciting. I want to show you a beautiful little heart of celestite. Now, you may have seen small clusters of celestite, and you may have seen hearts carved out of celestite. But the fact is that some are more special than others. This has a great big harmonious crystal in the middle of it, and that makes it way more special than most of the celestite clusters that you'll find. You may have noticed also I'm wearing a great big Herkimer diamond ring, which is kind of cool. Sometimes it drives me crazy. Yesterday, I didn't take it off before going to sleep, and while I'm asleep, I'm feeling this thing on my finger. It wasn't that great. So it's good to take your big rings off when you go to sleep. Over here, we have Bumblebee Jasper. So Bumblebee Jasper is a material that comes out of Indonesia. And what I started to really appreciate about this one is that it looks like an orange moon with a black sky in the background, which is kind of cool. Or you could consider it an eclipse of the sun, which is kind of a great way of thinking about it too. So that's kind of cool. And then we have these cute little birds. So this pair of birds was made in Peru, and they are perched on a rhodochrosite stone, which is kind of cool because you usually don't see rhodochrosite used as a perch for birds. And these are quite pretty and colorful. The tail, the blue tail on this one is angelite. And for those of you familiar with angelite, it's a very soothing, relaxing stone from Peru also. So next, what do we have? We have another pendant. I think I'm going to skip the second tiger eye, and I'm going to go straight to this incredible, what looks to be Botswana agate. You see that flame? So Botswana agate is special because it has very high quality color and good definition on the layers in an agate slab. Of course, this has been rounded. It's a cabochon. It's been made into a nice pendant, and I call it the Black Flame, which is quite cool. And I'm glad, Sue, that you like the Bumblebee. That one is completely outstanding. Again, any of these pieces, if you're interested in them and you want to lay dibs on them, let me know or email me, because they're going to be going up on sale this week. Now, we were talking, somebody was mentioning about citrine. And this may be the white that you were looking at. It's at the base of a citrine. This happens to be an incredibly gorgeous twin cluster of false citrine or faux citrine. It's heat-treated amethyst. It has the exact crystalline structure of an amethyst, but because they heat treat it, they're able to make it the color of citrine or approximate the color of citrine. And then on the market, it is sold as citrine, even though in fact it is not citrine at all. Energetically, it is not citrine either. So true citrine for me is a self stone having to do with the positive self, whereas the faux citrine is a belly stone having to do with our capacity to transform and make the best of any situation. We have a question that just came in from TikTok. Thank you, Kobe. It says, why is my citrine? Well, there you go. It's the same thing. It's probably a fake, not a real one. In fact, I have 2 real citrines that I'm going to be selling on this new Facebook Marketplace store. And that, my friends, is what real citrine looks like. It's a much more modest color. It's not garish. It's not orange. It's a gentle yellow. And these are little true citrine generators, which are really quite wonderful. And I specialize in citrine because I've always loved the stone, but I've had so much trouble finding it out there that when I come across it, I stockpile it. And so although I have a number of these little generators, I also have bigger and darker and more valuable pieces. But again, this is all stuff that I'm selling for $60 and under, and that's why it's so important that we have a lot of variety, but keep the prices low for people who are not yet ready to spend hundreds or even thousands of dollars on a crystal. It sounds completely crazy, doesn't it? But I have a friend who has a special moldavite, and he was offered $8,500 for it, which he turned down. It was not enough for how much he values that piece. Now over here is a gorgeous, gorgeous, it's called Norina Jasper. Norina Jasper is very, very wonderful piece, and it has a deep setting. Most of these pendants were made in India, which is why I'm able to sell them for less than my wire wrap stuff, because the work is being done there by workshops in great quantities, and so the prices are able to stay down. Let me see if I'm missing any. No new comments so far. So the next piece I want to show you is another animal. This is a gorgeous howling wolf with pretty red color all the way around. It's from Peru. It's a Peruvian sandstone, and it's just a super, super sweet little fella that I think someone, especially if you love wolves, would love to have in their collection. So that's kind of a sweet little thing to check out. The next pendant I'm going to show you is another Peruvian stone. It is pink opal. Pink opal is a very gentle kind of healing stone. In fact, I like this setting a lot with the little rings around it, the little sort of balls, flattened balls. It's kind of sweet. It's a nice, great big pink opal pendant for you. Next, I'm going to show you an incredible cluster. So again, because the digital camera and the bright lights are fighting, they can't show you the exquisite detail of this, but you can kind of get a sense of it up here, all of those nice points. And it's glued onto a wooden base. We have a lot of these in my store, the Portal Crystal Gallery. If you're local or in New England at all, you want to visit Arlington, Massachusetts in order to see what we have for selection. We have one of the broadest selections and one of the deepest selections. If you're looking for something that's really, really good quality, we also sell things $1 to $20. So it's not a problem finding something that you would like. We have a question. Do you still have the reflective shell thing? Yes, I do. This is the reflective shell thing. Ooh, now you're getting to see a little bit of the pearlescence of it. The light is not totally freaking out on it. It's quite beautiful. And I've made some pendants with this white pearly one and also with a brown pearly one, which is quite gorgeous too. So I'm glad you're getting a second look, whoever was curious about that. Next, we're going to look at another Botswana agate, which Nellie, who works with me, thinks is dyed, but I think she's wrong, and I'm the first to admit if something has been treated or dyed. But this color is actually real. It's not dyed. It looks like it's fake. In person, it's a little bit of a gentler pink. It's like a sushi fish. Very gorgeous. It is another Botswana agate, and it's quite amazing. Really nice setting. Gorgeous, gorgeous pendant. The person is interested in the price of the shell. So the way we do pricing and selling of this stuff is not live on air. So everything is $60 or under, so you know it's in that price range. But if you're really interested, you got to either email me, Kyle@crystalconcentrics.com, or put your email in a comment, or somehow let us know how we can reach you and follow up. But if you did sort of lay dibs on it, then you would be the first one to get it. Now, I had showed you a little celestite heart. And now I'm following up with something that looks like a celestite palm piece. But in fact, this gorgeous blue almond-shaped palm piece is blue calcite. But it's such an amazing color and such a harmonious shape that anyone who does collect palm pieces or work with them for meditation and whatnot would love to have this in their collection. And I have made it available in this preview to go onto the Facebook Marketplace store. So that's kind of a cool thing to check out. Then we have another pendant. I like this alternating between specimens and pendants, and I hope it's entertaining for you all, and we're keeping it going. I know that on TikTok people are used to 1-minute videos, and the idea of a 23-minute live is like 23 TikToks in a row. It sounds completely outrageous, but people do it, and I've seen people do TikTok lives where they're just hanging out in their kitchen cooking. So I hope this is pretty interesting for you. This is a chevron amethyst. You've got one layer of dark amethyst and then a layer of lighter amethyst. And the dark is symbolic of mission, spiritual mission, and it is a vision stone, whereas the lighter amethyst is a healing stone having to do with spiritual cleansing. And this is a very special pendant because it combines both qualities, which is kind of great. My next, we got another cute little animal. How do you like this little lapis dog? It is looking up. It's not like any of the other carvings I have because this was actually carved in Afghanistan. And Afghanistan is where all the lapis comes from, but not really much carving work gets done there. Most of the serious carving work in the world is done in China. And it's really nice when you get an authentic, from the original location, cute little dog like this. It actually stands up too, which is kind of sweet. So that's a fun little guy. The lapis dog is very cute. And Sue asked, wow, do you have a spot online where you have all your pendants as a group? Well, I do have a secret buyers group on Facebook. And the only way to join that is if you've actually purchased from me before. And when I have you join that Facebook buyers group, it's much easier to show photographs. So the easiest way, Sue, for me to show you, because you're in that group, would be to post the photos there. That's what makes the most sense. Now, I showed you the little dog, and I'm going to show you a completely crazy dendritic agate. Look at this thing. It's got a beautiful kind of lake in the middle of sort of lavender translucence. And then it's surrounded on the shore by white, non-translucent dendritic agate. And so when I look at it up close, you can't see it because the camera is freaking out on you, but it's got little like ferns and growing all along inside of it. Quite wonderful. And then the next piece I'm going to show you is another animal. We're running to the end of our specimens, and there are actually more pieces that are in the going to be on the actual store than I'm showing you tonight. So this is really a preview. Here's a very cute little bunny rabbit, which is yellow and also made of Peruvian sandstone, a good size and really great color with that yellow. I love this little bunny rabbit, and it's one of the last ones that I have. Okay, yes, citrine and amethyst. Yes, Kobe answered that question on TikTok. Thanks for asking. We've got amethyst for days. If you're getting on late, this is a beautiful lavender amethyst that I have on sale as part of this grouping. And I have lots of amethysts to work with. Now, I mentioned in the last pendant that there was a dendritic. There you go. I put it up close to the camera, and you can see the little fern-like characters growing inside of this. This is either an agate or a jasper. Agate and jasper are both heavily made of quartz. And then it also has this other stone that looks a little like iolite at the top, and a very pretty bit of metalwork all the way around. So this is your kind of Indian aesthetic of a two-stone pendant that is kind of amazing. And if it were made in the US with this much detail, it would cost way over $60, that's for sure. So this is kind of a cute thing to add to the collection. And I think the last specimen I have for you is a gorgeous pyrite cut heart. So what they did was they took a cluster of pyrite and they cut it on the back, so it's flat on the back, and then they cut it into a heart. And I've had these made into pendants before, and they're quite popular. I don't have too many more of these left, but they're quite stunning, which is great. And then over here, I have two last pendants to show you. Actually, before I show you the last pendants, I want to show you my book, which some of you may have seen my little black and white mock-up. And because there's so much white on the cover, I know that the TikTok visuals are freaking out. It could be the ring light that I've got. And it's called Crystal Energy: Understanding and Working with Stones for Clarity and Flow. And there's the back cover. It's got yours truly and a rhodochrosite and a lapis, and explains a little bit about the book and also about me. So this is something that I'm finishing up. We're finalizing the formatting this week. And then over the next few weeks, we have to get it indexed. And then we're going to upload it to Amazon. You're going to be able to order it there and also get hard copies through Amazon and through me and the store. So I'm super excited about the book. Now, we are now just over 30 minutes, and usually I end these things after about 40 minutes. And I'm going to show you, this is not a stone, but this is an abalone pendant, which is quite exquisite, very great color, wonderful purples. And I love it. It's really a good piece, and I think that someone would be very happy to have it around their neck as a sort of symbol of the ocean and of purple and of waves and layers, etc. And last, I know that the cameras aren't going to do us any justice on this, but this, if I take it away, there you see that. So I don't know if any of you have ever been up to Western Canada, but there are some, and probably the Rockies have these too, but there are some lakes up in the mountains that are filled with mineral silt that is this incredible blue. It's a light blue. This is really a chrysoprase, but the color is so incredible. It really is reminiscent of those lakes up there. And so this is a gorgeous, gorgeous piece that captures that natural essence quite wonderfully. We've got, someone wanted to see the binding of the book. The binding of the book is going to be the title of the book, but the binding of this book is another similarly sized book that I just taped a printout of my cover onto. So the binding's not going to do much good for you. So, oh, TikTok is wanting things to go on. That's so cool. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. How about this? What I could do is I could wrap up the Facebook and the YouTube live and then stay on TikTok for the TikTokers for a few more minutes and address you directly, which would be very, very fun. Jose is asking, I can understand why. I'm not sure what he's asking there, so I can't answer that. But anyway, thank you everybody for watching. I want to let you know that the best way to stay in touch with when these things are happening is to be on my mailing list, which you can do by going to crystalconcentrics.com. And at crystalconcentrics.com, you can subscribe, you can read my blogs, and also listen to podcasts and check out a lot of my videos, which are up on YouTube. So it's an incredible service. I really appreciate everybody joining me. TikTokers, stay on because I'm going to stay with you for a little longer. Facebookers and YouTubers, thank you so much. The book, does it have science and metaphysics? Metaphysics and science were once the same thing back in the Middle Ages. But since the development of science in the 1600s up until the present, they've really diverged. But I do talk an enormous amount in the book about metaphysics, about my respect for science, about how I also take seriously the medical world, and how I don't agree automatically with many of the New Age and crystal lore myths that have been put out there. So there's a lot of myth busting that goes on in the book that makes it a very interesting exploration that's going to be totally different from anything else that you will have seen out there in terms of crystal books. The book is also going to be unique because I have large and luxurious photographs of the crystals. As you can see, I'm not afraid to have big crystal images. I think that's what I want to see, and that's what other people want to see, because we love our crystals and we want to see world-class specimens. And the best way to do that was really to have bigger pictures. Jeff Rice, oh my gosh, you all are in the presence of a star. Hello, Jeff. Nice to see you. I don't know if you're just joining me now, but we've had a lot of fun and we're just wrapping up. And I'm telling everybody to subscribe to my newsletter through crystalconcentrics.com. I've got a crystal meditation coming up on Sunday, the 13th of December. I don't want you to miss that. It's going to be very deep. And I'm going to be doing other lives pretty soon too. So stay tuned for all of those. I'm going to say goodbye for now to my Facebook and YouTube people. If you are interested in any of those pieces, and mind you, this video is going to be up on Facebook permanently and also up on my YouTube channel. So even though the TikTok one is going to go away, which is why I want to spend a little extra time with my TikTokers, you'll be able to reference this anytime. Feel free to reach out and send me an email, Kyle@CrystalConcentrics. Thanks so much for watching. I'm going to sign out of Facebook and YouTube and say hello to TikTok alone. So bye-bye. Thanks for watching. This has always been fun. Okay, that is not stopping.